Greetings, everyone. DFG here, Gideon's Flight. Hey, guys. I just want to just share. First, I want to follow up on an earlier video today, and then I want to get into some history. That I want to share. With those of us. Obviously, my brother and sister. Israelite. The Israelite family in particular. My Judean family. But before I get into that, I just want to show you something, guys. Look at that coonery. Now that's Jerry Rice. Oh crap. That's Jerry Rice, four-time Super Bowl MVP. Look at this damn coon. And that's right. That's a piece of chicken attached to a football helmet. Okay? So that he can play football and eat chicken. You talk about some cooning. And then, I saw a video Phil the advisor had earlier today, and he was talking about this reporter, this female reporter, called her anchor, called her, they were doing an episode on gorillas. And they had this gorilla that they were looking at, and at the end of their little series that they were doing, on that particular gorilla, now she's a white female, he's black, and she said that, gorilla looks like you. I think his name was Jason, right? And of course, social media blew up, and then the next thing, she's on social media with him, asking for forgiveness and crying, da 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 da. Now, that was irresponsible, some bullshit that she said. But like I said before, I know I'm not from no damn gorilla. Ain't nothing look like me, like no damn gorilla. I don't see no stringy hair all over my body. I don't see no pink skin under my body. I have lips. You know what I'm saying? Now, I know, if you want to start pointing fingers at who looks like a goddamn gorilla, you don't have to look too damn far. But I guarantee you ain't no person of color. And I'll just leave it at that. All right? But anyway, you're going to get offended in your feelings about somebody saying, you remind them of a gorilla. But then you see this coonery ass shit here. And, and it's funny. It's a joke. And you heard me talking about it earlier, the whole thing with Tamar Braxton, and now you got Janet Jackson. I mean, the shit just goes on and on and on. And if you think about it, with all the issues that are going on around the world, you got Amazon on fire, you got a terrorist. United States is in an import-export battle with China over tariffs. You've got the situations going on right now with sanctions against Iran. You've got, what else going on? You got Hurricane Dorian out there, in headed towards the Caribbean islands out there. And, you got so many different issues. You got these white supremacist devils going around here shooting. You got Congress trying to take your guns. You name it, we got it. We're trying to get some clarity and trying to get these idiots on the same page for reparations. And these damn idiots, for lack of a better word, plumb stupid idiots, find time to be monkey shiny. Yeah, I said it, monkey shiny. Acting like complete idiots around a piece of damn chicken. And you wonder why, again, people don't take you serious. I wouldn't take your ass serious either under those circumstances. How could I? The world is going to hell in a hay basket, and your ass is over there, causing all kind of distraction behind chicken. But I digress. I just, that was my rant. That was my message. I love you guys. Hey, well, let's get into some history, guys, all right? Let's get into some history. Now, I'm going to be reading from the Sefer Bible. Whoops. And the Sefer Bible is a Bible that many Bible scholars use because it's a lot of it has a lot of the Hebrewic text in it, and which is our spoken language. And so it's in the transliteration is pretty good as well. You notice I didn't say translation. Translating, somebody taking something and making it what they want to be. Transliteration is someone taking the text and then recording the text to the best of their ability as the text was originally written. Transliteration. Okay, but I'm going to read from the book of Jubilees, okay, also known as Little Genesis. So you're about the book of Genesis. This book is called Little Genesis, all right? And this is one of the books that they've taken out of most of your King James Bible if you have the late centuries Bible. If you have the early century King James Bible, some of the other Bibles, you'll find these books, in your Bible. And if you don't have one, there's way too much history there for you not to. It's time to invest in it. You may have to skip a couple of, Popeyes chicken. all right. Just shit. But you may have to, make a couple of sacrifices on a couple of things, and go on Amazon and get you, original Bible that has, the books in it, or as many of the missing books as you can afford. All right. So thank you for that. That's a little interruption. But anyway, it's Little Genesis or the Book of Jubilees. So I'm going to get through this, and as I read through it, I will stop from time to time to elaborate. Okay, and remember, this is the Israelites' history book, okay? This is not the history book of the Europeans, not the history book of the Asians, not the history book of the Africans, not the history book of the Australian or the Aboriginal, whomever. This is your history book, not the Middle Eastern history book, okay? This is your history book, talking about the Hebrewites, the copper color, people of Turtle Island. You know what I'm saying? Some called Native Americans, but truly they are the descendants of the 12 tribes, the descendants of Israel, or one of the 12 tribes of Israel. This is your book. Let's see, I've already lost some precious minutes. But I think it's important so you understand. I'm not reading to you from some book your preacher man got. This book is a recorded history by your forefathers for your learning. Your past and your future learning. Okay? But I'm going to start the book of Little Genesis, book of Jubilees. I'm going to start at verse 5. And Moses, was on the mount for 40 days and 40 nights on Mount Ephraim. And Elohim taught him the earlier and the latter history of the division of all the days of the Torah and of the testimony. Notice he said he taught him of the earlier days, times past, latter days, times to come, times that we're living in right now. And he said, incline your heart to every word which I speak to you on this mount, and write them in the cipher in order that their generations, that means future, their generations may see how I have not forsaken them for all the evil which they have wrought in transgressing the covenant which I established between me and you for their generations this day on from Mount Sinai. And see, what he's saying is that although we have transgressed, we have walked away from the truth, following after heathen gods, that Yahweh has not forsaken us, but at the same time, he's allowing us to be punished based off of our, rebellion, our rebellious heart, our stubbornness, to say the least. And thus it shall come to pass when all these things come upon them, that they will recognize that I am more righteous than they in all of their judgments and in all their actions, and they will recognize that I have been truly with them. And do you write for yourself all these words which I declare unto you this day. For I know their rebellion and their stiff-necked stubbornness, before I bring them into the land which I swore to their fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, saying unto your seed will I give the land flowing with milk and honey, Turtle Island. And they will eat and be satisfied, and they will turn to strange Elohim or gods, to Elohim's gods, which cannot deliver them from trouble of their tribulation. And this witness shall be heard for all witnesses against them, talking about this. For they will forget all of my commandments, even all that I commanded them. And they will walk after other nations, after their uncleanliness, after their shame. Now you think about all the things that we're doing that other nations have done. Homosexuality, to name one. Bestiality, name two. I still can't get over people walking around picking up dog shit. Couldn't be me. If that dog don't know how to bury his shit, then you know what? I don't need that damn dog. All right? But anyway, uncleanliness, the ways of other nations. and after their shame, and will serve their Elohim, their gods. And these will prove unto them an offense and a tribulation and an affliction and a snare. So what he's saying is by going after those other gods, that's what's trapping us. That's why our situation is so horrific today here in the United States, in America. He's saying that's why. Because we have chosen to participate in another culture, into their traditions, their holidays, their whole days, every kind of day, their ways, their culture, their music, etc. Almost, in some cases, transforming ourselves, trying to physically transform ourselves into them. You know what I mean by that, right, ladies? And many will perish, and they will be taken captive, and will fall into the hands of the enemy, because they have forsaken my ordinance, and my commandments, and the feast of my covenant. So we don't keep the past, we don't keep the covenants that we're supposed to keep, but we're keeping Christmas and Thanksgiving and 4th of July, upcoming Labor Day. I guarantee we'll be participating in that. But if you say one of the ordinances of the Most High, oh no, I ain't got nothing to do with that. And you got everything to do with that. It is you. It was established for you to break the yoke that the heathens, that your enemies would have over you. And until you honor it and keep it, this yoke is going to stay on you. The yoke that they're placing on you by permission of Yahuwah. I should say us. In my Sabbath, in my holy place which I have sanctified for myself in their midst, in my tabernacle and my sanctuary, which I have sanctified for myself in the midst of the land, that I should set my name upon it, and that it should dwell there. And they will make to themselves high places and Asherah poles and graven images. Now we're talking about building all these churches, these monuments, these stadiums, these statues of all these, these football players and these basketball players, and how these people are obsessing behind them, these Hall of Fames, all of these places, these monuments that are all over all of these stadiums, all of these museums, etc., edifying man is what he's talking about. Idolatry. And they will worship each his own graven image. Got that? Image made of men by men. And go astray. And they will sacrifice their children to the devils. In other words, pushing your children to be one of them. Sacrificing your children. Teaching your children to embrace these cultures. Again, pushing the LBGT stuff in the schools. And allowing your children to continue to go into these schools and be corrupted. He's saying this is a curse. And if you're going along with it, you're in the curse. And there's no way for you to break out of the curse unless you break out of their traditions. You reject them and you reject their God. When I say them, I'm talking about, again, their lifestyle. It's not your lifestyle. At least not the one the Most High had intended for you. And it says again, and they will sacrifice their children to devils and to all the works of the error of their hearts. And I will send witnesses unto them that I may witness against them. He said he's going to send people to warn us. Men like myself, many, many other men who are listening to this video. He said he's going to send people, men like us, to witness to you the truth. And you're going to reject those men. You'll look at him and say, well, he's not perfect, or whatever. I know this. He's not telling you to worship that man. He said, listen to they are a witness. They are a vessel. You need to be listening to what they're saying. Because they're speaking for me. But they will not hear. And they will slay those witnesses, their character included. And also will persecute those who seek the Torah. They'll tell you you're stupid for reading the Bible. And they will obligate and change everything so to work evil before my eyes. In other words, flipping days, it's all the same. It doesn't matter. I don't care. He has no color, although we know he's been shown to be Yeshua white forever. You follow me? Now all of a sudden when we say he's black, color don't matter. He said that these things would happen. And he said to us, and this is the end of this lesson, by the way, that we will be destroyed for a lack of knowledge until we come into the truth. Hosea 4 and 6, we're going to continue to be victimized, penalized, and destroyed. Straight from your history book. Where's your history? Right here. Love you guys. Talk to you later.